my name is Stephanie Richardson, and I am so very glad to have you on tonight's call. If you don't know who I am, I'm basically your grandmama. In some shape or form, I'm somewhere above you. I'm the one that started all this craziness 11 years ago, and so some of y'all call me your grandmama. Some of you call me your grandmother because I like gin and tonic. I don't care. I'm not a grandmother, thankfully, even though I have an 18-year-old. We do not want to be grandma for a long while, but I am your grandma in the business, and I am so very glad to have you on tonight's call. Tonight, I am speaking on something that I'm very passionate about, and something that I'm not a great coach. Let's just say, let's just be out there and just be honest. If anyone can do this business, I am, yes, with some lime, of course. If anyone can do this business, if I can do this business, anyone can do this business. And if you've been around long enough, you know that that is certainly true. But one of the things that I've done well, that I am skilled at, is duplication. And that is something that I've done well in this business doing. I've been able to not only become a leader, but I've also been able to duplicate myself and create leaders. And so I'm going to talk to you guys about how to duplicate what you're doing. So you guys have signed up to be coaches, and I don't know if you know this, but you did not sign up to sell, like be a retail consultant. Like you didn't sign up to go work at Ann Taylor Loft and sell some clothes and maybe get a little commission. That is not what the beauty of network marketing is. The beauty of network marketing is not only residual income, which means that you sell something this month and then they get it shipped every month and it has residual income that way. The residual income is a great thing about network marketing. But the other great thing about network marketing is duplication. And that is that you are a part of a team, whether you know it or not. Hopefully, I mean, obviously you all know you're a part of a team. You wouldn't be on this call, right? So there's a lot of teams represented tonight. You are part of a team. And so you are not just a salesperson, but you are part of a team. And so that totally changes everything. And also, you can also create a team. So that is what is so exciting about this business, is that not only are you you're not just alone out there, like on the floor at Ann Taylor Loft trying to sell, a nice little sweater. You have something even bigger. So I want to kind of start some slides for you guys. Hopefully I will do this correctly. I'm excited about this little slide. So let's get started and screen share. Okay, so we're going to talk about duplication today, why it is important. So, okay, so basically you didn't open a retail store, okay? So you're not even only just a person on the sales floor at Ann Taylor Loft, you are actually a franchise owner. But if you know anything about franchises actually do not make that much money. Now, some make fairly good money, but the people that make millions off of franchises, and do six-figure incomes and that sort of thing, they own a lot of franchises. Like I know some people that own Subways. They own like 5. They're still not making a lot of money. They make a little bit of money off of each franchise they have. Now, why? It's because they're leveraging themselves. So that is basically what you're doing. So right now, you're not even if you were a retail person selling retail, that is fine. You could be the person on the floor selling the sweaters, or you could own the franchise, which hopefully that's kind of what you're seeing, a little bit bigger picture. But you have even bigger dreams of not only just owning this franchise, but you want to own more franchises, okay? And the only way to do that is to open up more franchises. So in For us as coaches, that means you want to find other people to do what you do. Okay? So what is duplication? Duplication is a few established simple practices that can be followed by many. So how many of you have heard that word duplication? You're like, I don't really know what that means. And I know that I'm supposed to duplicate myself, but I don't really know what that is. Well, duplication is a few established simple practices that can be followed by many. So that is something that is really, really important. So that's like here, so you're the little blue guy on this graph, and that's like you inviting 2 people, and them inviting 2 people, and those 2 people inviting 2 people. And see, look, if you just had started with 2 people, and you taught those 2 people to find 2 people, and so forth and so on, look where you could be. But this is like just the beginning, right? So that is what duplication is. It's you doing some simple things and teaching other people to do these simple steps. So but it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So a lot of us are like, you know, okay, so it has to be a simple system in order to duplicate yourself. So I'm going to go back to when challenge packs came out in 2011. And at that point, I was kind of like skeptical a little bit because I just didn't believe that, you know, I tried a lot of things at that point. I had failed a lot of things at that point in the business. And so the challenge packs came out and was like, yay, challenge packs. I was like, that's great. But I didn't know how to teach my coaches how to sell challenge packs. Then people in the company started doing challenge groups. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But I still didn't know how to teach my coaches how to create challenge groups or to talk about them. And so so this guy in the business, Tommy Migrant, hopefully y'all have watched some of his videos, he came out with this simple system of how to talk to people, okay? And y'all know that is the 5-step script. Hopefully you guys use that. So it was a simple system. And when I knew it was I knew that it was duplicatable when I could put I could give someone that script, and that didn't matter, that it didn't have my personality, did not have my sphere of influence. And if it worked for them, then I knew that it was the right system. We're going to talk a little bit about that system and why that may or may not work for you right now. But it was a simple system that worked. I saw people like using that script and it worked. And I was like, okay, at that point, from using that and teaching it to my coaches, my business just exploded. So it wasn't just something for me, but it was something for me to teach my coaches. So what are some simple systems that we use today? Power of Threes or Teamsy or any kind of accountability of tool that you use that you do every single day, that is a simple system. The 5-step script, teaching that. The 4 vital behaviors. Those are all things that we do that are simple systems that we do that could create results. Now, so a lot of times though, those are not very glamorous and not very pretty, you know, and we're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to invite people. I don't want to work on my personal development. I don't really want to recognize people. I don't want to invite people. So we're going to just do like other things. Like I'm going to do a training on Facebook ads, and I'm going to create a really pretty website, and I'm going to make a really pretty picture, and I'm going to do all these things, right? Well, the problem with those things is those are not the things that are duplicatable, right? Those are the things that are distracted, because what you want to be doing every day is something that every single person in your organization can do every day. Okay, and that's why the 4 vital behaviors are there, because everyone, no matter how much time they have, can do the 4 vital behaviors, right? So that is why those 4 things are so very important. So if you catch yourself doing things that are outside of those 4 vital behaviors, that's probably not something that's duplicatable, okay? Now, it's also easy to deceive yourself into believing, okay, I'm gonna have a lot of typos in here because I did this super fast. but believing that you have a simple set of actions for your new team members to follow because you did it yourself, okay? So you're like, well, I did it. They should be able to do it, right? I figured it out. I did the YouTube videos. I was on all the calls and whatever. You think that like that's, you did it, so that they should be able to do it. But that is not necessarily the case. So you have to help them in teaching them that simple system. And it's a system creates duplication, but you also have to teach people how to be influencers. And this is a huge key for us because a lot of us, we have systems. We want to plug people into systems, right? We want to put them in the Coach Basics and leave them there, and they better figure it out because I figured it out and I did the YouTube video and I did whatever. I didn't have that training and I figured it out, so they should be able to do that, right? Anyone feel that way? Yeah, we kind of get in that pitfall. And so what I'm learning is that you also have to teach your people not only a simple system, but you also have to teach them how to be influencers. And that is a whole nother ballgame. So how do you become an influencer? Well, you have to have your audience. You have to teach your new coach how to have people know, like, and trust them, okay? And so if someone decides to be a Beachbody coach and they have no fitness background and they have not even worked out ever and they've decided to be a coach and they post on social media, I'm a coach, join me, are they an influencer? Most likely not, right? Because they don't have people that know, like, and trust them. For me, when I meet people out and about, I don't just say, oh my gosh, so nice to meet you, Amy. Do you want to join my challenge group? It'd be so much fun and you'll love it. And we're going to do P90X. It's really hard and you're going to be really sore and da, da, da. No, I never do that. I did that right in the beginning and I learned that was wrong. So what I do now is I just meet them. And then over time, I add them as a friend on social media. And through that, the goal is for them to know, like, and trust me. So I build a relationship with them. I talk to them about their kids. I ask them questions, without I'm not attached to the outcome, but I'm just getting to know them. I'm adding value. An influencer added value. They spend time building relationships. And they lead with themselves. They don't lead with the product, okay? So people are buying you, not your product. And so that is how you have to teach people to be influencers. So in becoming an influencer, that may be a lot of hand-holding with your new coaches. And when you're duplicating yourself, that is really going to have to help figure out with those people, how are they influencers? How can they be influencers? And truthfully, maybe you had a really great following when you started, so it was really easy for you. So it wasn't difficult for you. You didn't have like this learning curve as much as some other coaches who may be starting out. So figure out where their influence or where they need help with their influence. And so that is really, really important. I have all these notes. I'm so very excited. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing is just to really create a team. So the cool thing about duplication is that we are all on this call are working as a team. So when we have a weak member, like we all feel it, right? When we have when people are rocking it, we see it, right? So we want to continue to create this team atmosphere. So if you see someone in your downline through the downline report that's rocking it, reach out to them and say, hey, I am so proud of you. I saw you have 8 Success Club points. Way to go. They don't need to be on your team. They don't need to be in your direct, your personally sponsored coach. But you know what? We are in this together and we are a team, right? So this is a team effort. We need to get rid of the mindset that we are employees. We need to know that we are franchise owners wanting to be multiple franchise owners, right? We are not an employee that are just selling a challenge pack. Because the part of duplication is that your earning potential, if you have the mindset of being someone like a retail salesperson, you know, selling challenge packs, you're never going to see the true benefit of being a Beachbody coach, right? You might as well just sell something on Etsy, because that's about how much money you're going to make, okay? That's the difference in selling something on Etsy and being a Beachbody coach, is that you not only sell something, you have the residual income, and then you have the duplication that is at your fingertips. And this is so very important. Duplication is what makes our business different: residual income and duplication. The other thing is, when you're training your coaches, you need to be in with them. You need to be sharing with them what's working, what's not working. If they're having problems with, talking to people, you need to go through that with them. You need to talk to them. You need to be staying in step with your coaches. You need to be doing the things that you teach your coaches, and you need to be staying in step with them. One of the things that I noticed we came out with this, 5-step script, and we just kind of hit the ground running, and we set a standard, and it was just, that's what we do. Hey, we hit Success Club every month. We have 1 to 2 challenge groups a month, and that's just what we do, right? It was just, this is what we do. And it just kind of set the standard for our team. And that's what you want to do for your team. You want to set the standard. Hey, this is what we do. Every day, we do our power of threes, or we do our team Z, or whatever your team does. And we reach out to people. We add value to people's lives. We build relationships. That's what we do every single day. And because of that, you will start to see the duplication of that. And it wasn't until we didn't really start to catch that momentum until we started doing that, setting those standards of like, this is the accountability. We set a set number of how many people we talked to, and we stuck with it. That's when we started to see that duplication, and we taught it. We taught it to everyone. It was language on our team. It was what we talked about. It's what we did, right? And, I feel like for our team, some of our team members have kind of like slacked off maybe a little bit, and they stopped doing those things that worked. And they're saying, well, the messages aren't working. Well, yeah, the messages don't work if you're not building relationships first. The reason that those messages worked at the beginning is because they were messaging their people, their warm market, their people that already knew, liked, and trusted them. And that's why they're successful. And so people know. One of the quotes that I love today that I saw, it said, "Don't fall in love with technology. This business is all about connecting and working with people." And I think what happened was we fell in love with technology, truthfully. And so we fell in love with technology, and we're kind of based on our technology and reaching out to, and we forgot the part that was about connecting and working with people. And technology is going to come and go. I mean, y'all have already seen it with the algorithms and all those things, but what really, really matters is connecting with people. Processes don't work, people do. And I think that was another thing that we've seen is, like, as we've learned to duplicate, like, you can't really systematize relationships, right? You have to have you in it. You have to be in it. You have to know your coaches. You have to know what's going on. You need to know their kids' names. You need to know that they play baseball. You need to know about your people on your team, because that is what it's all about. It's about creating a team. That's why we're here. We're working together, and it's way more fun that way. If you transfer the skills that you've learned, then you'll be able to duplicate that success. You're transferring the skills that you have. So those are a couple of things that, this is a side job. You need to think about that for your coaches. And so you need to be creating systems that are easy for them, are simple for them, help them to become an influencer. and recognize what you want to be repeated. Like I said, like if you see people in your downline that aren't even your coaches, reach out to them and say, hey, I see you. I see you're doing a great job, and I just want to say I'm proud of you. Because that is really what this business is all about, is just being an amazing team. And that's why we have these calls once a month, is because we want to learn from each other. We want to celebrate our teams collectively, and just watch and see how we grow from here. So that, I talked super fast. I did it in 23 minutes or something, so fast. But I was really, really excited. I did a lot of research, and this is like tried and true network marketing stuff. But that is just, it's stuff that really works. So I see that there's some chat on here. Everyone's saying hello. I'm going to go ahead and open it up if y'all have any questions. Oh, Corey said Communicate to Influence is a book that she highly recommends. So Communicate to Influence. You know, that's what I'm learning with social media right now. It's all about our stories, right? Is sharing the stories. The reason that our before and afters are so are so powerful is because they're sharing a story, right? But also we have to start to share our story and really help people know who we are. And that's the part that when people start to connect with you on a real level, that's when you're able to really influence people as well. So anyway, so that is, I think that's all. Did anyone have any questions or comments or anything that they want to share? Y'all can put it in the chat or anything. No? A lot of our teams are doing, like, that's what duplication is. That's what meeting our customers where they are. You know, we've all been teaching that lately, is meeting our customers where they are. That's where the 500 PV coach comes in. That is where we're really trying to help people where they are. And that is also creating trust among our customers as well. So power of threes, yay. All right. Okay, so hopefully you guys, get over your damn self. It's great for helping lay a foundation for your story. Yes. Okay, so Sunny says, maybe a dumb question. What is the 5-step script? So it's the invite process. Maybe your team calls it the invite process, the 5-step script, but it's basically the way that it came about. It was 5 steps, and it's kind of, everyone's looks a little bit different but it was basically like inviting someone, like, hey, have you ever considered, joining my challenge group or my team or whatever? And then the second step is asking questions. And then the third step is basically is giving them more information. And then the step 4 is kind of answering any questions. And then 5 is kind of closing them and getting them signed up. And it's in the files section. Yeah, Shanna said, it's our training. Yeah, great question. Any other questions, comments? I remember a long time ago seeing like this document that this guy presenter started talking about. And he said, if you teach 2, and then it had like this, I wish I tried to find something similar, but it was just like, if you find 2 people, and then those people find 2 people, and those people find 2 people, and it was just like all of a sudden there was like people everywhere, right? And it was just like this crazy visual. And the thing I love about duplication is it doesn't mean you have to go and find 500 people, right? If you find 2 people and then you teach those 2 people, and of course, like, this is like pie in the sky, because what happens? You recruit 2 people, your 2 people maybe find 3 people, you know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, if you do a really good job with duplication, then you're going to teach people, then you're going to see, like, you're not going to feel like you're a hamster in a wheel. Retail sales feels like a hamster in a wheel to me, right? I feel like I'm not getting anywhere if I just focus on retail sales. But if I focus on my retail sales, but then I'm teaching my other people to do what I do, then it just is so cool to see how it grows. So anyway, those are my 2 cents. Y'all have a great night, and we will talk later. Bye.